Welcome back to our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. Please subscribe to our channel if you are watching for the first time. The Azimio One Kenya Alliance has called for a very intense and urgent meeting to try and iron out their differences because there is a problem within that coalition. In fact, some people are saying that we don't have a coalition called Azimio. And this meeting is one that is being monitored very closely by the government side, because the government is keen on ensuring that Azimio does not get to 2027 as a united formation. William Ruto knows very well that if Azimio will succeed in going as a team in 2027, then they are going to give William Ruto a run for his money. It is reported that Azimio la Umoja One Kenya has called for a crucial meeting on Thursday that is expected to determine the future of the coalition and its membership amid internal wrangles over the National Dialogue Report and 2027 presidential flag bearer. It is in the public domain that Azimio has been reading from different pages for quite a while now. Now, as I said, the government is monitoring very closely this meeting that will happen on Thursday for reasons that I explained, that they want Azimio to disintegrate into their individual parties. The affiliate party members are also keen on what will transpire on that day because there have been wrangles within the party. Now, it is expected that Uhuru Kenyatta, who is the chairman of the coalition, will grace the meeting. Raila's ODM party leader will be there. The NARC Kenya party leader, Martha Karua, is expected to be there. Of course, Jubilee, led by Uhuru Kenyatta, will be there despite the fact that he's being told to shun from active politics. Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka is expected to be in that meeting. DAP leader Eugene Wamalwa is expected to be there, among other smaller parties which form the coalition are expected to be there. Now, this meeting is obviously very tensed because it is going to touch on matters that have been a thorn in the flesh to this party. One of them is the National Dialogue Report. When the government and the opposition came up with the decision to go and dialogue in Bomas, from the onset it divided this coalition. Martha Karua was of the opinion that they should not dialogue with someone who messed up with the election and took away their victory. You know very well that Martha Karua has been consistent saying that William Ruto is not her president. And even if they wanted to dialogue, Martha Karua had demanded that she be part of that coalition because of the part of the dialogue. Because you know Martha is very tough, and when she believes in something, there is no going back. This is why Martha Karua went all the way to the East African court to try and look for interpretation and legal redress into Martha Koume's verdict in the 2022 presidential case. So she's been very determined. She wanted to be part of it. And she didn't welcome the idea of going there, and she felt that the Azimio was going to be manipulated. As things were progressing in that report, it was clear that, number one, William Ruto wanted to waste time. Because as the dialogue was taking place, part and parcel of the government side was saying that whatever was going on in Bomas was just a mere formality. Nothing would change. Because part of it was that we were to open the server to see who exactly won. We didn't see that. All that we saw was phone calls were made to the Cherera team, especially Cherera and Irene Masit, who are in exile in US. And that was it. We didn't see anything beyond that. So the issue of scrutinizing the server did not come up. The issue of the agenda on the cost of living was never dealt with because Azimio had indicated to the government that they had to reintroduce the subsidies that were there during Uhuru's tenure, and they also indicated that the government had to do away with the Finance Bill 2023 that had increased VAT on fuel prices. But the government insisted that they were in charge of the economy. They had stabilized the economy. They had subsidized fertilizer, because according to the government, they were not going to subsidize consumption because it was not going to be sustainable. So they were saying they were only going to subsidize production, and to them, economy was dealt with. So this divided the coalition right in the middle. There was also the issue of 1 shilling, 1 man, 1 vote that Jubilee had really voted for, because they thought this was the best opportunity to talk about this. All this did not materialize, and Martha Karua and Uhuru Kenyatta felt that the Azimio coalition was duped. But Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka had said that we had to start from somewhere for us to talk as we progress into whatever we wanted to be. Uhuru and the DAP leader, Eugene Omalo and Martha Karua, wanted people to reject. They wanted the coalition to reject that report entirely. And Martha had even said that people might go back to the streets. But it was not going to be very easy, because Kalonzo was in charge. They were co-chairs with Kimani Ichung'wah. So it was not going to be very wise or logically possible to reject a report that they had discussed together. So it divided this coalition. So as they meet on Thursday, they're going to look at this. Number two, there have been wrangles among the leaders. Raila has always said that the parties should strengthen their individual, affiliate parties, so that as they approach 2027, they will sit down and see who the flag bearer is. But at one point, Raila had said that he would even support Kalonzo Musyoka, and it didn't go down well with Martha Karua. Then recently, while Raila was celebrating his birthday in Mombasa, the Jubilee Vice Chair, David Murathe, said that their presidential candidate is Raila Odinga until such a time when Raila will say that he is no longer contesting. This did not go down well with Kalonzo Musyoka, who had said that he supported Raila Odinga for the last time in 2022. And he has always said that this time round, he's not going to support Raila. Of course, Kalonzo is also under pressure from people like Wavinya Ndeti and the entire Kamba constituents, that this is his time. The country is yearning for its leadership. And even if he does that, who the running mate will be. So these are things that have really divided the coalition. Of late, you've seen Martha Karua is not attending Raila or the Azimio. They are not reading as a group. Even when Raila was conducting, first it was a celebration of Uhuru's birthday. Martha Karua was missing. And then in Kisumu, where they were celebrating Jaramogi's lifestyle and an anniversary, Martha was missing. Yet, Martha was among the leaders in the second liberation. They worked very closely with the Oginga Odinga. So people are not reading from the same page. So these are some of the things that they are going to discuss, and it is going to be a make or break kind of a meeting, because I don't know what they are going to say. Maybe they are going to decide that let us just strengthen our individual parties. Let us shun away from saying this will be the flag bearer. It is not yet time. But the country is also giving them pressure so that they can unveil their presidential candidate early enough, because this will help them if they were going to be shaken a little bit. Let it be early enough, not waiting towards the end of 2026. It will be too close to the elections that the party can be wrecked into pieces. These people are also going to talk about, of course, strengthening the individual parties, as I've said, and they're also going to talk about the government onslaught. The government has been attacking the opposition. One, the government has decided that when people go to court, it is Uhuru Kenyatta who gives the money to go there in cahoot with some judges to sabotage his agenda. And this is not going down well with the coalition, and they are going to discuss this because they still believe that it is Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila who are hell-bent on trying to sabotage their agenda. And this kind of onslaught is going to be discussed. They're also going to discuss the manner in which people like Sabina Chege and Kamini Kega are still hell-bent on trying to wrestle the Jubilee Party from the rightful owners, who is Uhuru Kenyatta and of course the leadership of Jeremiah Kioni and people like David Murathe. So they are going to discuss this, and of course the fate of people like Jalango, of Langata, Elisha, of Game, and of course the Kisumu Senator, Tom Ojenda. Their fates are also going to be discussed here. Ruto's push to form a commission of inquiry against Uhuru Kenyatta might also form part of the discussion, because it has been a scapegoat whenever the government is pushed to the wall. They want to scare people, threaten the coalition or threaten Uhuru Kenyatta, that they want to look into the extent of state capture and how some money was stolen. And they've always said that Raila was the chief advisor then to Uhuru Kenyatta, and they're saying that some money was stolen as people are waiting for the inauguration of William Ruto, and towards the end of the election, they stole a lot of money. So this meeting is going to be tensed, and as I said, the government is also looking at it. The outcome of that meeting is going to determine what happens next. If they come out united, if they bury their differences, of course it's going to be very bad. It is going to be against the chagrin of the government, which has always wanted the parties not to stay together. But the coalition will come out as a formidable force to give Ruto a run for his money. But if they disintegrate, it is going to be good news to the government, and it's going to be bad news to Azimio supporters and followers. I don't know what you think, but we wait and see what exactly is going to happen. All the coalition partners are expected to be there, and Uhuru is expected to chair that meeting because he's the chairman of the coalition, and he's got of interest. Of course, he wants to ensure that William Ruto does not see presidency in the next election. So ladies and gentlemen, let us wait and see. I don't know what to think, but that is my take.